Hey, I'm Mikey Bledsoe, and this is Cooking and Picking. Today, we're doing Mountain Man Tater Tots. Now you say, light that fire.
Light that fire.
Oh, we're cooking and we're picking on the side of that mountain. Yes, we're picking and we're cooking, and you know the food is right, 'cause we're cooking and we're picking. Listen to the songs right here. Well, we're cooking and we're picking at the Lucky Star in Swatchy Valley, Tennessee.
Today, we're doing Mountain Man Tater Tots. That's my variation of a tater tot casserole. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Miss Melissa Ellis.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get right into it.
Okay.
Today on the show, we're doing, like I said, Mountain Man Tater Tots. For this recipe, we're going to need a pound of ground beef. We're going to need about 2 cups of cheese, maybe a little bit more, depends on what you like. Some salt and pepper to taste. We've got some rotel right here. We got 1 can. We've got about a half of a yellow onion, some mushroom soup. We've got some mesquite seasoning to taste, a couple cloves of garlic. We got about a half teaspoon of What's Your Sister sauce. We also have about 3 to 4 crumbled up, already cooked pieces of bacon, and a couple of tablespoons of butter. Now let's get right to it. All right, as soon as I almost get my ground beef done, that's 1 pound of ground beef, what I like to do is go ahead and add my onions. Get those in there. Oh yeah, that starts to smell good. You put the onions in there. A little bit of garlic. I've got 2 cloves of minced up garlic here. You don't want to put that garlic in there too early because you will burn it. Now it's time to start adding some of my seasoning. I've got mesquite seasoning. You put as much as you want. Use your favorite seasoning. I like the mesquite seasoning. I just like the flavor of it. Get that all mixed in there so it flavors that meat real good. Will you hand me that salt and pepper right there in that?
This right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I like a little bit of salt and pepper in mine. A little more pepper than salt. Just to taste. Now once those onions start to lighten up and get soft, which they are, that's when I like to add my rotel. Like I said, 1 can of rotel. You can use Hatch green chilies if you like. Let that incorporate, let all those flavors get in there and smells. I wish we had smell-o-vision. It smells good. And then on top of that, a little butter. Let that butter melt down in there and get it all mixed in good together. And then we'll be ready to continue. Let that cook for just a few minutes. All right, the next thing I like to do is put a little bit of Worcestershire in there. I think that's about a half of a tablespoon. And then I've got, and you can do this how you want. You can buy your own bacon bits, but I fried up 3 or 4 pieces of bacon this morning. And I like to crumble it up, and I like to get that in there. Bacon makes everything taste
it
good.
smells good.
That bacon's already cooked, so all you're just doing is heating it up and getting those flavors in there. This is a fairly quick recipe. Doesn't take long at all. All right, once you get to that point, it is now time to add the soup. This is cream of mushroom. You use whatever brand you want, or you can make your own. Oh yeah, get that all mixed in there real good. All right, once my meat is done and everything, I like to take some of these coals off the bottom. You don't need that much heat on the bottom. Because what we're gonna do is bake it in a minute. So I'll make me a nice ring all the way around on the bottom. And that's just to keep it heated. That way it cooks all the way through. All right, the next thing we need to do is add your cheese. I love me some cheese. 2 cups is what the recipe calls for, but use as much cheese as you want. There's not such thing as too much cheese, that's for sure. Get it all across the top real good. Just like so. Now it's time for my tots. And I found these rounds, they didn't have the tots that I usually use. And just spread them out evenly over the top. That way they'll melt down in there real good. And these are frozen tots, I always use the frozen ones. All right, once you get one good layer of tots across the top, I like to take 2 or 3, maybe even 4 of them and lay them right on top. And the reason we do that is because I have puppies and I've got to feed them. Put our lid on. And now we're gonna load us up some charcoal on the top, and this will bake it. This will get that cheese good and melted, and those tater tots nice and golden brown. It's that easy. All right, I think we're about done. Let's set this over here. Let this cool for just a minute. Let's sit down and let me ask you a few questions while that's cooling, if you don't mind. So, you're from Crossville, Tennessee area.
Yes.
And how long have you been in the music business, or how long have you been playing music?
Okay, I started singing in church, like most singers, about a toddler. And then I actually started working professionally in musical theater about a little over 30 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've been busy.
I've been busy.
You've been busy. And so how long have you actually been into the songwriting end of it?
I started probably right around 2010.
2010,
Yeah.
2010. So you had to actually write and try to perform during the whole COVID.
Yes.
Oh,
fun stuff.
I had fun during that myself. Yes, I understand totally. And you have a little bit of a schooling background when it comes to music, also.
I do.
Can you tell us about that a little?
I got my associate's degree from Roane State Community College
Okay.
in vocal performance and speech theater.
Oh,
and then I
nice.
went over to Tennessee Technological University in Cookeville and got my degree in music therapy. Never been a therapist. And then during COVID, when I had a lot of downtime, I decided that it was probably a good time to get another degree that I could probably fall back on in case another pandemic ever happened. And I went and got my I got my master's degree from Berklee College of Music online.
Very nice, very nice. Now, as far as your writing goes, what genre of music do you like to stick with, or do you jump around?
I jump around. I started writing when I was playing bluegrass.
Okay.
And so I did a lot of bluegrass, gospel kind of thing. And then I kind of merged a little bit into country, a little in Americana. And now I do predominantly jazz blues, and I do write predominantly jazz blues. But every once in a while, something comes in, it's very folky or very Americana. And I just try to go with the flow of the mood of the song, what it's trying to portray.
You have to mix it up.
Yes.
As a songwriter, in my mind, you have to do what makes people feel something. And it doesn't matter what genre that is, as long as you can
Absolutely.
get that emotion out of them, whether it makes them cry, smile, laugh, angry. It doesn't
yeah.
matter to me, as long as I write something that makes somebody feel something.
Exactly.
And I think that's what we're all trying to do,
Absolutely.
right? That's right, that's right. Now, where are you playing at these days, and how can these people out there find you and know where to see you?
Okay, well, you can follow me on my website, melissaellismusic.com. I'm very active on Facebook, very active on Instagram. I play a lot of jazz in Oak Ridge.
Oh, nice.
I'll play a little bit in Cookeville and a little bit in Crossville. So I try to stay close to home. I'm a mom of 4 boys, so.
melissaellis.com, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there and check her out. And I'm sure you've got a calendar on there so people can see where you're at. You
Absolutely.
keep it updated so everybody
Yes, I do.
It's interactive. Check her out, please. Please do. Well, I think this has probably cooled down enough. Would you like to give it a shot? Maybe
Absolutely.
try a little bit? Let me see what we got here. All right. Let me get you. There we go.
Fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Boy, it smells good.
It does.
That's for sure. Get me a bite here and see what we got.
Bon appetit.
Turned out great.
Good.
Now, you said you was going to play a song for us today.
Yes.
Let's step over to the stage and see what you got.
Okay.
This is the Lucky Star event venue, located right here in beautiful Pikeville, Tennessee. We can cater to any event you may have, such as weddings, birthdays, baby showers, and music events, and much more. If you're interested, please contact us at 423-762-3097.
Do you play music, or are you a songwriter?
I was winded, breathless.
Did you know there's a professional recording studio right here in Pikeville? Schultz Recording Studios is a state-of-the-art recording studio in a custom-designed facility to make your talent shine.
You know I want you. Ask you.
Call us today to book a session and get your fire burning.
All right, we've made our way back over here to the stage. Today's special guest, Miss Melissa Ellis. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And you've got a song you'd like to play for us.
I do. It's called The Boy Next Door.
The boy, do me a favor and tell us a little bit about that song, maybe the way you wrote it or why you wrote it, and play it for us.
Okay, so I wrote it about my first boyfriend ever.
Oh.
Yes. And it was just kind of this nostalgic day, and I wanted to write about something that I just made me think back fondly on things, and so I wrote it.
All right, well, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I fell in love with that boy next door. He's so beautiful, I'd seen him before. walking down the street on the sidewalk, so tall and lanky. 12 years old and he was 14, holding hands beneath the sycamore tree. Lying in the grass, watching the clouds, we were falling in love. Shooting hoops, jumping on trampolines, he'd walk me home beneath the shadows of evening, in a pod just like two peas. That very first kiss, he left me weak in the knees. You're such a tease. Boy next door, oh, 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 boy next door. I was so in love with that boy next door. Even after autumn came and then we parted. Few years later, that next door boy came back to me, was intriguingly coy. So much had changed, yet stayed the same. Our romance swiftly blossomed. 17 and I was 15, still as innocent, just not as naive. Lying in the grass, watching the clouds, we were crazy in love. Talking on the phone late at night, sneaking in the dark beneath the moonlight. Rendezvous at the old sycamore tree. Those passionate kisses left me weak in the knees. Kiss me as you please. Boy next door, oh, 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 boy next door. Together forever, promised just as before. But too soon you moved away and you were gone. Now that you're gone, I feel so displaced. At every corner I still look for your face. So many years for so many years. As far as I know, you've just disappeared. Oh, I never forget that boy next door. Makes no difference where he goes. He'll always be to me that boy next door. I fell in love with that boy next door. He's so beautiful, I'd seen him before. Walking down the street on the sidewalk, so tall and lanky.
Thank you so much. Today's special guest has been Melissa Ellis, and you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I will definitely. That's an earworm. I'll be hearing that in my head all day long. You've done such a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mikey Bledsoe. This has been Cooking and Picking. I'd like to remind you to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, and keep your fire going.